Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Glad you're watching, however you may be watching. We appreciate it. And always glad to spend some time with people who are passionate about what they do and passionate about helping other people. Welcome Ricky Foss back to the program. Ricky, thanks for joining us, man.
Good morning, my friend.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about After the Mission, because things are really coming together. It's a really exciting time for this event.
It's come a long way since that day I left on a bicycle last year, April 1st. It's way bigger than what I thought it would be, but it's a blessing because how they said it, extreme crisis calls for extreme measures. And our veterans being homeless and being denied their benefits until they give up, it's unacceptable. And we need to start trying to do more for them. And that's what I'm here for.
Well, and you've been a huge voice. You've been a huge event planner and somebody who puts his money and his body and his wheels where his mouth is when it comes to finding awareness and making sure people know that our veterans, we need to stand up for our veterans, and we need to make sure that none of them have to be homeless and none of them need to get denied for silly reasons about their benefits. And so let's put that flyer up, Jen, if you don't mind. I want people to know what's happening. It's called After the Mission. It's a fundraising event. All proceeds will support homeless veterans and those with PTSD awareness. You can see some of the great people that are going to be there. Tell us a little bit about some of your hosts and why you're excited about that.
Everyone knows DJ Red. DJ
Yep.
Red has been behind me since day one on the bike ride. He's had me on his podcast. He's always promoting us. When I asked him to do this, he said, absolutely. You know, I'm 100% behind the vets. That's exactly was his answer. So he's excited about it. I have Joe DeSouza. They call him DJ Dr. Seuss.
Right.
He has stepped up and helped me more than what he agreed upon in the beginning. He has been getting the word out, and he's helped me organize the event because
Okay.
I'll be running around catering to have 100 people there.
Right.
And he's really stepped up. He'll be playing. So I bought a boat after the hurricane last year. So my boat will be docked at the Canal Board, formerly the dock,
Right.
1109 Dunn Street,
Okay.
by the hospital. The DJs will be playing on top of the boat. They'll have food and drinks throughout the day. At 7 o'clock is when it's really going to pick up. DJ Red is going to start auctioning items. Some of the biggest items we've gotten so far. Giselle's firearms donated an AR-15 to be auctioned off at this
Live auction.
live auction. Of course, whoever buys the gun, they have to go and pick it up Tuesday so they can do the paperwork. They can't walk out with the gun.
Right.
I have two combat veterans. One of them my uncle, one of them's a friend of mine. They both served in combat. My uncle made a decoy hand core for 5 days and painted it like a green head with American flag on the back. That's an item. And the other guy made a flag that goes up on a wall out of wood with the black colors. So for these guys to go and have fought and seen combat, but still are doing this and donating and still wanting to help their fellow vets and still serving, that's amazing. I hope those items go to best because they got so much meaning behind them.
Right.
Joe Waits' office donated crab baller, all-in-one crab baller.
Right.
And our wonderful sheriff, who's been behind me since day one, Tim Sanjay, also donated quite a few items to be given away at this. We'll be doing a raffle
Right.
and auctioned items.
Sorry. Some of those are going to the raffle. Some of those are going to the live auction.
Yeah, and we'll do the auction between 7 and 9, and then the raffle ticket will be pulled right before the last DJ plays, who's DJ Trashy, most famous known DJ in Louisiana and all over the country. He'll play from 9:30 till 11:15, and then we'll pull the raffle tickets at the very end.
11:15.
Yeah, and Jeff at the Canal Bar has been great letting us do this. And when I asked him about it, he said absolutely. And they're also making a donation on some of the money they make. They're donating back. And the gentleman that has the food there, he's also doing a lot with a donation with the food sales.
Wow. And so, again, put it back up, Jen, if you don't mind. May 28th, you've just heard Ricky talk a lot about it. It's called After the Mission, ATM, and a fundraising event for all proceeds supporting homeless veterans and for those with PTSD. And, you know, it's interesting, combat veterans clearly have some residual impact and effects from those things. And them doing those items makes it special, like you said. And again, lots of things going on. You can get tickets. They're $30 for the event, but $40 at the door.
40 at the
really, really cost efficient for all the things that you're going to be able to get and see.
And just remember, every single penny goes to the nonprofit. And our long-term goal is the sheriff is staying behind us. We're looking to start a veterans retreat with 10 to 15 acres of land on the outskirts of Houma, where our local veterans have a place to go and clear their head. They'll have different activities for them to do there. And eventually we want to put 5 or 10 tiny homes where we can get veterans off the street, or they're coming out of rehab. We can give them transitional housing, get them jobs with that people who appreciate veterans, get them counseling with other veterans. It'll be ran by veterans, and we'll get them into some type of physical fitness that their disabilities allow. And we need to give them a mission, something to wake up for, because sometimes when they come back, they're trained 1.5 years to go to war, but they come back and 2 days later they're put out in the street. They don't know how to transition back to normal life, and that's what we're standing up for, that transitioning, to help them readjust.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where we don't realize, those of us that haven't served, those of us that don't know, haven't been in combat, we're not sure what that's like. But you know, with the people that you've met and the ride that you've taken, you've been able to see those people and really figure out what their needs are. And now we see that there's a need here in our area and really address it. So it's really nice to see, Rick.
Last weekend, I drove down to Boca, Florida, to it's called Naked Warriors. It's SEAL Team 6 guys. One of the guys got KIA in 2017. They did a rodeo down there. I'm going to merge with them, and eventually next year in the spring, I'm going to do an event in Key West for some of the homeless veterans I met down in Key West. ATM is going nationwide.
Wow, ATM. And so, again, you can get tickets. Let's tell people where they can call or go to the website.
Afterthemission.net. You can
Right.
go in there and click on it. It's $30 pre-sale, and you just click for how many tickets you want, and that money goes straight into the Stripe Fund for the nonprofit. Or you can buy at the door, $40.
$40. Ricky, we thank you for coming on as always. Thank you for what you do and for the fact that you've made this your mission. We
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me and all your support, brother.
Absolutely. All right, guys, it is May 28th. It is this Saturday. You can go out and enjoy that event. And again, go and get your tickets. And Ricky, we appreciate it. That will do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. A lot more Bayou time when we continue.